Hey guys, Harley back with another video, and today we're going to be reacting to the YouTubers that I have been thinking of reacting to for a month actually, and also how many weeks has it been? Okay, it's been a month since my last video uploaded. But you're probably thinking, but why is there a video up there? Okay, first of all, I just had to edit the video, and it just showed up at the top of my screen. Anyways, let's do this. 3, 2, 1, go. This is called He Lit Up the Block. Young Don the Sauce, featuring Young Don the Sauce God. This is by Yoyo 808. No, Young Sauce God. The next video I'm gonna be reacting was by him, and it's featuring Yo-Yo 808. So they're both featuring each other in two videos I'm gonna watch. Anyways, let's do this.
So shots are just popping off everywhere. Rounds are flying around. I run to a trash can. I look over at my brother. And right as I'm about to help him, I see him get hit in the leg and fall.
So it's pretty early right now. It's 9 in the morning. I already ate breakfast.
And I run in the opposite direction. Who's gonna tell/animate our story if we both die?
This man got in the Yamcha pose when Yamcha got killed by the Cybermen.
You can't draw! So I kept running, but I didn't make it far before BAM! A round goes off right next to me. I get knocked back, and from the smoke, I can see a stray heading right for my face. I'm frozen. I can't do anything. I close my eyes out of fear, and then
he lit up the block. Animated by Yo-Yo 808.
Things. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Start over. I didn't realize what we were doing.
Yo.
Wait.
God.
Shout out to Yo-Yo.
Okay.
What are we doing again?
I'm just saying the things.
Hey, shout out to Yo-Yo. Thank you for putting me on the video. Make sure to go to my channel and check out our collab.
Yes,
Hopefully
sir.
it's out.
When yours is probably dropping in January, right?
Yeah, it's dropping.
Mine is dropping before.
Stop the cap. The Yo-Yo 808 takeover.
Let's just skip this.
A cookout at my aunt's. Now, an important thing to note about my aunt's place is that they had this tall fence with a door that doesn't open. So whenever my cousins and I were playing outside and moved from the front yard to the back or vice versa, we would just jump the fence, which was so.
Actually, I think I can. A camera. Oh. Screenshot, no.
Something we did very often as the hyperactive kids that we were.
Okay.
But I was not athletic as a kid, okay? My success rate with hopping over the fence was about 30%. Like, sometimes I jump.
Lied. That's facts. Like, the thing is, I actually never jumped over a fence before. Because I know that I was not going to make it. And I was afraid I was going to hit my face if I fell.
And make it over. And other times I jump, not get my other leg over, and...
What the fuck? You get out of here.
30%. Like, sometimes I jump and make it over. And other times I jump, not get my other leg over, and...
My man got hit in the balls. Damn.
Take a wooden plank right
to the balls.
To the glizzy. And I did not like
Get out of here. Get out of here. Right to the glizzy? Bro, your wang is not big. Stop lying.
That chance. So when kids move yards, I'd always have to run through the house and walk around, which was so
I'm gonna lie, that's embarrassing.
embarrassing, man. Like, my little brother could hop over the fence, no problem, and
Damn.
I'm taller than him. So needless to say, I was already not enjoying this cookout. So we get there and hang out in the front yard for a few hours, and then it becomes time to leave. So
I'm gonna lie, I have actually never. Wait, I think I did. When there's like a family reunion, it's really nice, and especially when there's food. Now, the reason why I just go family reunions is just to have fun with my cousins and just eat food.
my mom rounds us up to head out, and I'm ready to go, but my brother convinces her to let us stay to watch the fireworks that my family were gonna shoot. To which she agrees and says to me, Yo-Yo, watch your brothers. Mom, I don't even want to be here, and now I gotta... Oh my gosh. My mom ignores me, leaves, the sun sets, and everyone heads to the back to start shooting fireworks. Stupid fireworks, stupid fence, I just want to go
Why
home.
does half of his hair look like...
But after
why does
lighting the first
side
one,
of his hair look like freaking Dorito? Look like a freaking burrito. Like, why are they
hit
so
a tree
big?
and head to the front instead. Stupid fireworks, stupid fence. So they light a couple fireworks, and it's really nothing special. Like, oh wow, the thing you lit on fire exploded. Nice. But the fireworks catch the attention of this guy who I'll name Jermaine, who couldn't have been older than like 17. I don't know if he was like a relative.
Get out of here.
Or a family friend, but he pulls up and says,
Yo, those are cool or whatever. But, want to see some real fireworks?
as he brings out this cardboard box with the most cartoony looking red
I'll be right. Okay, I'm back.
exclamation mark on it. He takes them out, and all the kids start getting all excited because he said they're illegal. And I'm just over here thinking to myself, these things explode so much so that the government made them illegal, and you want to light them? What?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, but even normal fireworks are actually dangerous as well. Because if like one hits you, if it hits you in the stomach, it'll probably destroy your organs. And if it hits you in the face, your face will be all burnt up and you'll probably die.
Confused as to why I'm the only one concerned, so I voiced my disapproval.
Bro, what's good with you? It's not even that big of a deal.
Big of a deal. What if something happens? These are literal explosives.
Just clapping his hands like this. Like, these are literal explosives.
Could hurt someone.
It's not that serious, bro. It's just fireworks.
That one literally looks like a stick of dynamite. He looks at me and says,
Yeah.
Yo, if something goes wrong, I got your back, okay? Stop tripping.
What are you gonna do? Pull out an Uno reverse card?
At this point, I know he's full of cat because I'm thinking, if something goes wrong, these are literal explosives. If something goes wrong.
Okay, even if it did blow up, I don't think it would create an explosion that could destroy an entire city. Like, that looks like a 50-ton bomb.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Pull out an Uno reverse card? He senses my disapproval, ignores it, and lights the first firework. And I just book it to the fence. It shoots up in the air and bam. Huh. That was pretty cool. He lights the second one. Bam. Oh.
Okay.
That one was red. That's a pretty cool color. He lights another and another and another, and I'm not gonna lie to you. It was pretty mesmerizing. Like, these are some of the most vibrantly colored fireworks I had ever seen in my life. And let me tell you something about me. I am a very passionate person, okay? When I dislike something, I really dislike it. But when I like something, I really, really...
It's kind of like, not gonna lie, but I'm kind of passionate too. Because when I dislike something, I really don't like it. But when I really, really like... Ow.
like it. So as soon as I realized how cool this was, I started creeping up. Like, I wanted to be a part of the action. Like, I was genuinely invested in these fireworks. And like, I was right next to Jermaine when he lit the fireworks, and when everyone ran away, I was always the closest to the explosion. So it did not take long for me to get bold. He grabs this bomb-looking firework thing, and I ask, hey, can I light that one?
Wait, hold on. Weren't you the dude that was scared earlier?
Don't worry about that. Come on, let me light it.
Nah, little dude, it's dangerous.
No, come on, let me just...
Bro, no, move.
No, I'ma just...
Yo, move your hand.
Move your hand.
Move your hand, bro. Come on.
Please, I just want to...
Stop. Don't touch that.
Please, man, please.
I'm telling you, get away from me.
Please, I just want to...
Oh,
Yep,
no.
in our struggle over this firework bomb-looking thing, we ended up...
Well, look at their faces. What? There's a line with dots between them.
accidentally lighting it. And obviously, since he's holding a literal explosive, Jermaine panics and tosses the ball into the tube that's supposed to launch it in the air. We both run back in.
Look at the way he's running.
Obviously, since he's holding a literal explosive, Jermaine panics and tosses the ball into the tube that's supposed to launch it in the air. We both
Look at the way he's running.
run back in.
Okay. Alright. Oh. Okay.
The tube tipped over and points at the group. I guess when Jermaine dropped the ball into the tube, it made force and made it spin around. This is not physics, nigga. I don't know. A tube with a literal explosive is pointed directly at the group. Immediately we start to panic. Kids start scattering and screaming, but Jermaine said, and I quote, "If something happens, he's got me." So I look up to him, he looks at me and looks at everyone else and says, "Yo, we should run."
Yeah.
What? Run! And he hits the dash, yo! Everyone just beelines it to hop the fence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still can't hop the fence, okay? I panic, hide behind a trash can, and bam! Sparks fly everywhere. It was so loud, my ears were ringing. It was so bright that when I closed my eyes, I saw nothing but white and green. The explosion rings and echoes through the neighborhood. The cumulonimbus cloud of smoke over the front yard clears and everyone starts getting up. I look for Jermaine and this dude is very much still running away, and I'm confused for a little bit until explosions go off everywhere. Car alarms start blaring. You can hear pieces of metal and plastic hitting houses and fences. This was one of those fireworks that explode into bigger explosions.
Oh, shit.
So shots are just popping off everywhere. Rounds are flying around. I run to a trash can. I look over at my brother. Right as I'm about to help him, I see him get hit in the leg and fall. And I run in the opposite direction. Who's gonna tell/animate our story if we both die? You can't draw. So I kept running, but I didn't make it far before bam! A round goes off right next to me. I get knocked back, and from the smoke, I can see a stray heading right for my face. I'm frozen. I can't do anything. I close my eyes out of fear, and then it goes right by me and hits the fence. The thing that made this so terrifying is that not only did it almost hit me, but I saw the potential of the blast. I look over at the fence, and it's all burnt, yo, metals in it and everything. And honestly, if that hit my face, which it almost did, I was a little kid, so who knows what would have happened. The explosions stop, everyone gets up, and Jermaine is long gone. Honestly, I never saw that guy again, actually. My mom pulls up and gets mad at me for letting my brother get hit, and I'm like, it was a literal explosion. What was I supposed to do? Show an Uno reverse card? I tried to explain the severity of the situation, and from her face, I can tell that she understands my logic. I still got beat, though. I really got beat because my brother got caught lacking. That's actually crazy to me. My flow is sick, it put a nigga in the ICU. You want beef, my sickle chop you like some Chinese food. I hit my target, I don't miss serves, it's high key you get rocked like asteroids, I jack boys, where's Kylie's dude? I'm not the violent type, but you better not tell me, cause I can really cap a nigga like I press the shift.
Alright guys, I'm back in. Today we're going to be watching Too High to Drive by Young Don, the Sauce God. Okay. Anyways, let's do this.
Yo, we gonna have to see how this goes. So we pull out of the parking lot and Benji starts driving down the street. Mantis braking mad hard and jerking the car forward, and I'm like, yo.
Understand what too high to drive means? Then good for you. If you don't know what it means, I'm gonna tell you. No, I'm not. I'm seriously. I cannot get this video demonetized. I mean, I could tell you a little bit. Too high to drive. The word of high probably means you've either gone on. You're either doing drugs. That's pretty much it. Or yeah.
Oh, bro, you good? He's like,
Young Don the South Scott featuring Yo-Yo 808. Use headphones.
I was bad living with you. I couldn't sleep naked.
oh yeah?
Hell yeah.
I mean, you
pissed
could have
off.
asked.
What?
I mean, like I walk into the Foot Locker and they ain't got my size. It's like, well, you know, what's going on? You know, is get these little slaves to
Got crack in your system. Get them sour patch.
year of college, and by now a lot has changed about me since high school. One of the more notable things that changed was my stance on recreational intoxicants, in particular those of the cannabinoid variety.
Yeah.
I'm talking about that herb,
Yeah.
that grass, reefer, hash, Mary Jane. If you don't know, you
guys
don't.
understand. Good for you. And no, I don't do any of that. I don't do drugs. I just know what it means. I watch a lot of this guy's videos, so.
No, but if you
I
do,
understand.
you know exactly where this is going
Wait, Elon Musk smokes that?
to go. During my sophomore year of college, there was about a 3-month period where I was a bona fide herbal enthusiast. Every day, sometimes twice a day, I would elevate
Smoke that
to a higher
herb.
plane of existence. And because I was doing this so often,
This man is meditating.
I started to get a little cocky. You know, I was like, hey, I can hang with the best of them. Bob Marley, Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa, there is no such
Snoop
thing.
Dogg? Yeah, every time I hear Snoop Dogg, he always sounds like he's had like, hey yo, you want? No, I can't. No.
As too high. Well,
It's too
one
high.
afternoon,
Yeah,
I was
they're
chilling
all
on the couch
high.
in the living room of the apartment
on
by
that
myself.
lean.
I was probably playing on my phone or something when I hear the front door open. In walks one of my 3 roommates, and for the sake of the video, let's call him Benji. Benji was a 6'10" monster of
6'10"? 6'10"? This man is like, I don't think I've ever heard someone being 6'10". Like, I'm pretty sure the highest I heard was like 6 feet 8 inches, and that's it. But 6'10"? Hey yo, wait, 6'10". This man could reach all the way up to school a light bulb without a ladder.
guy, right? Just huge. And I
Huge.
say guy, but he was really a kid. He was only like 18 years old. And
18?
granted,
This man is 6'10" and he's 18. Hey yo. Although I'm 12 and I asked my mom on how high I am, and she said she says I'm almost 5 feet. So
I was 20, but he really felt like a little brother, even though he was 5 inches taller than me. He played on the basketball team and was an all-around great guy. Now, Benji was extremely passionate when it came to the grass. He was even more into it than I was at the time. So he joins me in the living room and tells me that he had gotten his hand on some cookies. Now, of course, these weren't your grandma's cookies, all right? These were moon rocks because allegedly
Moon rocks. If you guys know what he's talking about, good for you. But for you who don't, you know the whole I'm talking about lean stuff a minute ago. Yeah, they have a lot of herbs in those cookies.
eating just one of these cookies
Okay.
would put you in outer space. Benji then offers me one of the cookies. Now, like I said, I now consider myself a veteran herbal enthusiast, so I felt confident that I would be able to handle whatever this cookie was going to throw at me. So I reach into the Ziploc bag and I pull out a moon rock. It was dense with a rough texture, kind of looked like a rock, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was about an inch and a half wide, and just by looking at it, you knew that this was made with the sole intention of putting you on the moon. So Benji and I eat our cookies, and just like that,
Hey,
a night that I
Can you
would
give the last one to
never
me, though?
forget
I'm
began.
kidding,
So
I'm kidding.
we're sitting on the
No, I'm
couch
kidding.
watching YouTube on the TV. Maybe
Samurai
30
Jack.
minutes has gone by, and I'm definitely feeling something, but to be honest, I was not impressed, right? I look over at
Look at
Benji, and just by the way that he was staring at the television, I knew that this dude was gone, bro.
He was gone.
Yo, Benji.
Already is
Benji.
It looks like this man was putting the genjutsu.
Benji.
Yo, it's good, bro.
Bro, you're gone, bro.
I'm so gone. You feeling it?
Kinda. I don't know. It's not really hitting me like that, to be honest with you.
Really? You want another one?
I don't know. I feel like I should give it like 30 more minutes. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Can you drive? Trying to go get food? I'm kind of hungry.
So, feeling what I thought was sober,
This is the idea why is pretty much drunk driving. Wouldn't this mean high driving or drug driving?
I grabbed my keys and we start to head to the car. It was only about a 5-minute walk to where my car was parked.
5
But as we
minutes?
were walking,
How far were you from the car?
I noticed that it was becoming increasingly difficult
Oh, no,
to walk.
the
It
walk
felt
is
like I was dragging my feet through wet cement. The air became thick, and everything around me started to pulsate. The trees, the ground, the buildings, everything was vibrating.
Wait, so you're telling me if you ate one of those, you're telling me that you pretty much feel like you're in against. You feel like you're just having a dream, because basically dreams are like those. Like when you're having a dream and you're when you're sleeping and you're having a dream and this happens. This is basically what I'm talking about. And I was like, huh? So you're basically hallucinating.
And then,
4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We have commit and we have liftoff at 2:13.
just call me Kid Cudi, bro, because I was now the man on the moon. I turned to Benji, and I'm like, yo, Benji,
Oh no.
I don't know if I can drive, bro.
What are you talking about? We're already in the car.
We're already in the car.
When did we get in the car?
Bro, we've been in the car for like 10 minutes.
What?
What? I was going in and out of the fourth dimension, bro. I was time skipping. So, we're in the car, and it's cold outside, by the way. It's like December, so we don't want to get back out of the car. Plus, both of us were now very hungry, and there was an El Pollo Loco literally half a mile from the apartment. Like, you could almost see it. It's like 7:30 p.m. It's kind of dark. There were cars on the road, but not that much. So, after thinking about it for a whole 30 seconds, I decided that we could make it. I back up the car and begin to make my way to El Pollo Loco. No sponsor. We went maybe 0.1 miles when I realized that I had made a terrible decision. Like, I could not drive, bro. I was using all of my mental faculties to just remember which pedal was the brake and which one was the gas, bro. Like, I was genuinely terrified, bro. I did not think we were about to make it to this chicken place, bro. I turned to Benji and I'm like, bro, we gotta pull over. He's like,
What? Why do we gotta pull over? Bro, I can't drive, bro. I can't drive. What do you mean?
I don't think I can drive. It's too much. I don't think we gonna make it.
Bro, we've been in the drive-thru for like 5 minutes.
Excuse me, sir. Can I get you to pull forward to the next window, please?
When did we get here? I don't. Bro, just drive up.
Things weren't looking good, okay? I was these moon rocks got me, bro. I wasn't functioning, man. So we pull up to the next window, we order our food, pick it up, and then we pull around and park in a parking spot. My thinking was that we were just gonna sit in the car, we're gonna eat this food, and that would give me some time to just like, you know, calm down a little bit. That's what I was hoping for. Bro, we eat the food. Bro, it was worse, bro. I don't know how, it was worse. I was sure that I could not drive anymore. So first, I was like, okay, looks like we about to be just chilling in this parking lot for at least the next, like, 2 hours, right? But then, I remembered that Benji was 18 and probably had a driver's license. Hey, Benji. Yo, what's up? Do you think you can drive? I think so. All right, good. Here, come. I think you need to drive us home, bro. I don't think I can do it. Okay. So Benji and I switch seats. He backs up the car, and we begin to drive home. It didn't take long for me to start second guessing this decision. Just by the way dude was backing up the car, things were already looking shaky, bro. But I didn't want to get back in that driver's seat, you feel me? So I was like, yo, we gonna have to see how this goes. So we pull out of the parking lot and Benji starts driving down the street. Mantis braking mad hard and jerking the car forward, and I'm like, yo, bro, you good? He's like, yeah, I just haven't done this in a while. So I'm like, okay, just stay calm, take it easy. We just down the street, bro. We pull up to the first big intersection. This was gonna be the hardest part of the journey. If we could make it past here, we were good. What made this intersection so challenging was that there was no like dedicated turning lane. Like there was no green arrow to tell you to go. It was just a regular green light, and you were gonna have to use your judgment to know when to turn onto the street so you don't run into opposing traffic. So we get to the front of the line, Benji pulls out into the intersection, and we're just sitting, waiting for an opportunity. A couple opportunities pass, and I'm like, yo, Benji, you gotta go. The light's about to turn yellow. He's like,
I'm trying. I can't do it. The cars are coming too fast,
Benji,
bro.
the light's gonna change. After this car passes, you gotta go. We're in the middle of the
I'm
intersection.
trying. They're not letting me turn.
Yo, the light's yellow, bro. You gotta go.
Don, I don't think I can do this. We gotta switch back.
Switch back. The light's about to turn red, bro. Just go. Benji gets out of the car and starts to walk around to the passenger side. Yo, what are you doing?
Bro, just switch seats. You can drive.
The light turns red. We in the middle of the intersection, and Benji is standing outside of my door. The traffic on the street we were trying to turn into starts to flow. Cars are honking, and there is nobody in the driver's seat. Now I'm freaking out because, you know, this was a busy road. Like, cops were always on this road, and I was still on the moon, bro. I sober up. I get out of the car, I get in the driver's seat, and then I drive home, bro. As we're pulling up to the apartment, I turn to Benji, and I'm like, yo, where did you get your license? You can't drive for shit. Benji looks at me and says,
Bro, I don't have a license.
What happened? Wait, what happened? Okay, I'm sorry, but what happened? Okay, I'm just gonna say this, but did the moon rocks, like, wear off or something? Because that's what it looks like.
what? I asked you if you know how to drive. You said you know how to drive.
No, you asked me if I thought I could drive, and I did. It's just a lot harder than it looks.
Huh.
You are going to be the death of this man.
Wow. Remind me never to ask you to do anything ever again.
Feeling right, feeling nice. Got another one, where will we go tonight? Trying to meet the sky every single night. Roll another one, I'm trying to feel a vibe. Feeling right, feeling nice. Got another one, where will we go tonight? Trying to meet the sky every single night. Roll another one, I'm trying to feel alright. Looking at my past, it feels just like a ghost town. I don't know how many times I told him I would stay down. I try to live my life like I could never lose mine. When she asks me what I want, I tell her that I need time. Then I recline, blowing big gas so I feel fine. I know I'm on my way, I just need time. Telling me that I should decide. Girl, you never been on this side.
I just want to say, yo, what the heck is this?
If you wanna go, I don't need you to hold me. Not like you could know me. Girl, I got too much to lose. I'm just here counting up blues. You couldn't walk in these shoes. Yeah. Walking through life like a maze. Gas got me stuck in the day. Only feel right when I blaze.
Anyways, I'll go to another video. Bye. Alright. This is called I Caught Her with Her Ex. It looks like this took place and apparently it's 2013, so I guess this took place in 2013, so that would have been that took place 7 years ago, or 8.
The year is 2013. I just moved to California to start college, and that's where I met her, Sarah. I first saw her in the basketball gym. She was a hooper, point guard. Still remember the first thing she said to me. Hey, Did, can you pass me the ball? Yeah, here you go. I was so not interested. I mean, she was cute, I guess. It's kind of hard to tell in all that basketball gear. But, just the way she said, dude, you know what I mean? Like, I thought she was strictly vegan, i.e., she ain't mess with the meat, you feel me? But she did.
This man said she ain't mess with the meat. He just point at his junk.
Have a thick teammate who I was hopeful was on that carnivore diet, if you know what I mean. So one day I asked Sarah if she wanted to hang out, cause I didn't have enough balls to just go and ask her friend. So I was hoping that I could use Sarah to throw me the ooh, you follow. So the next day we meet up before she had to change.
Before we get back into this video, I just want to say I've been watching a lot of SML recently, and I'm just gonna say this: SML is now swearing again but they can't, because that's pretty much the whole reason their original channel, where they did all the things on, and it's basically why their whole entire channel got demonetized. And now they're swearing again.
For practice, and I was pleasantly surprised. She was wearing makeup, girly clothes, her hair was all out and long. I was like, hold up, maybe Shorty do mess with the meats. We kicked it for a little bit, walked around the campus a couple times, and by the time we had to part ways, I was starting to feel Shorty, and I was pretty sure she was feeling me too. I wasn't even thinking about getting her to throw me to assist with her friend, because like my coach always said, it don't matter if you laid up or dunk it. 2 points is 2 points. You feel me? And you wanna know what else I'm feeling? This award-winning game.
Shut up. No. Okay, first of all, almost every YouTuber I've watched has been sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. And I'm like, hey yo, Raid Shadow Legends, where's my sponsor?
Once you're in the game, you can find me under the name YSG Don. And if you're fast, you can join my clan. The next time we hung out was at my place. I lived in an apartment beside the college with my boy Will, who is now my co-host for my podcast, which is kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we link up at my place, and we do what young college kids do. You know what I mean? I don't gotta get specific. Just know your boy went for a dip. I ain't talking about Pacific. So we do this thing for like a month, and of course, your boy catches feet. I wanted to take things to the next level. So one day we were chilling in the room, and I asked her, "Hey, you wanna be my girlfriend?" No. Okay. I was flabbergasted. You feel me?
Friend zone.
Because we were doing the whole thing. All the relationship boxes were checked, my G. And she didn't give me any thought vibes. You know what I mean by thought vibes. You know, she dressed modestly, posted pictures of like flowers on Instagram, went to church. Of course, anyone is capable of anything. But even now when I look back as an older and wiser guy, she was a decent person, bro. So I was a little surprised that she didn't want to, get into a relationship. But it had only been like a month, and we were doing all the things boyfriends and girlfriends do anyway, so I don't stress it. There was one thing, though. Whenever we were hanging out, without fail, she would get a text message from someone with the name Gardner.
Gardener.
And it happened so often that eventually I asked out of curiosity. She never once talked about this person, but clearly they were close. She told me that it was one of her girlfriends. And at this point, she had never given me a reason not to trust her, so I take her by her word and figured that it must be her friend's last name. So sometime after that, we go to a college party together that was being thrown by one of my basketball teammates. We were sitting on the couch when she wanted to show me a picture on Instagram. Apparently there was some weird thing in the picture that she wanted to see if I saw it. You know, it was like one of those situations. The picture was dark and blurry, and I needed her to zoom in. But this was before you could zoom in on the Instagram picture. So she took a screenshot and then opened it in her Photos app. So she hands me the phone. I zoom in, and I see the thing that she was talking about. And right as I'm handing her back the phone, the app backs out of the photo into the photo album. And for a second, my eye caught a glimpse of something that seemed very suspicious. I didn't have much time to take it in, but my eyes must have been...
What the heck? Since when did my man have the Sharingan from Naruto? When? Huh? When? That's right, never. My man really just said, hey yo, I need some, hey yo, let me use my Sharingan real quick.
On some
Okay, let's say someone kind of had, let's say there was a family history where someone kind of had eyes like the Sharingan in the real world, they would be OP, I tell you, OP. Like they can like predict things coming, like, oh no.
Sharingan timing, bro, because I was certain that I saw a picture of Sarah with some dude's arm around her at the top of her photo album. Now, the fact that it was at the top of the album meant that the photo was fairly recent. On the outside, I managed to keep it calm and cool, like I didn't see anything. But on the inside, my mind was racing 1,000 miles an hour. I decided I wasn't going to mention it. The party ends and we head back to my place, you know, hang out for a little bit. I was still suspicious. Recent. On the outside, I managed to keep it calm and cool, like I didn't see anything. But on the inside, my mind was racing 1,000 miles.
How is it racing 1,000? It was racing 1,000 miles an hour. So let me see if it works. Let's go.
Miles an hour. I decided I wasn't going to mention it. The party ends and we head back to my place, you know, hang out for a little bit. I was still suspicious, but I was also 19 drunk and horny. Afterwards, she leaves. I couldn't sleep. Was I tripping? Did I see what I thought I saw? Has she been lying to me about talking to only me? What was going on? The next day, she comes over to hang out, and I was tense. I couldn't let it go. So I asked her to show me her photos because I needed to know if I saw what I thought I saw. She hesitated, and that told me everything I needed to know. Still, she opened her Photos app, and there it was. Of course, she didn't delete it. She didn't know I saw it the night before. Who's that? That's my ex. But Don, I swear it's not what it looks like. This is an old picture. He sent it to me recently. He wants to get back together, but I am done with him. Hold on. So you still talk to him though? We dated for a long time, and he sees me as a close friend, and it just didn't feel right to cut him off. But I promise there is nothing going on between us. What's his name? Tyler. His name is Tyler. Tyler? Was she playing me with a dude named Tyler? You know what I'm saying? That's tough. And then a light bulb went off. What's his last name? Don, it's not how it looks. Sarah, I swear to God, if you lie to me right now, I will find out. And when I do, I will never speak to you again. What is his last name?
Tell him.
Gardner? You fucking bitch. I knew it. I knew something was up with this Gardner dude, man. What are you doing? I'm calling him. Don, can you stop? Please? Don't worry. I just want to talk to him. Don, please, stop. Please, just give me my... Hey, what's up?
Well, you look at that.
Yo, what's up, bro? Who's this? Oh, this is Don. The guy who's been fucking Sarah for the last month. Who are you? Don. Are you being serious? Dude, like, Sarah's my girlfriend. Is she with you right now? Yeah, she's right here.
She's right here.
Yo, clear some up for me.
Clear some up for me.
Are you or are you not dating Sarah? Yeah, dude. We never stopped seeing each other. Lying to you. Huh.
Hey, I don't believe
All
in
right.
liars. No liars.
You can have her. And then I hang up the phone. Sarah tried to convince me that he was lying. That he was just trying to make me not want to talk to her.
Oh, really?
She admitted to me that she saw him on and off after they broke up. But since she started messing with me, according to her, she hadn't seen him. She claims that he really did send her that picture recently, and that it was old. She said he cheated on her during senior year of high school, and that's why they broke up. But she was struggling to put it behind her, which is why she still maintained communication with him. But she swore after this, she was done with him. I ain't buy not one word of that shit, man. I told her to get out of my apartment and never talk to me again. She begged, she cried, I laughed. But the truth is, I was heartbroken.
Why
I
would
really
you
liked
laugh?
this girl. But she lied to me too many times to believe anything she was saying now.
Well, damn.
According to her boyfriend, she was cheating on him with me. But I felt like the one who got played. Every other day or so, she would text me, apologizing all over again to give her another chance. But at first, I would just delete those messages. But then, a couple weeks passed, and I wasn't mad anymore. And I still missed her. Also, her side of the story started to make more sense. Because if a dude called me from my girlfriend's phone and told me he was sleeping with her, I would have been way more mad than this dude sounded when I was talking to him. He almost sounded friendly. Long story short, after a few weeks, I took her back. It took a while for me to rebuild trust with her, but I realized that the reason she didn't want to get into a relationship initially was because she wasn't emotionally done with her ex. And although that doesn't excuse her lying to me, I was able to understand why she did what she did. And we ended up staying together for 4 years.
4 years?
She was a great girlfriend. And when we broke up, it was because I was just ready to move on to a new chapter in my life. And I needed space to do that. Plus, it's not like I was perfect during that relationship either, to be real with you. Remember Bianca? She found out about that.
Oh, great.
Never once held it against me. Ultimately,
I'll be right back. Moral of the story?
I probably should have hollered at her friend instead.
Oh my God.
I remember people looking at me like I lost it. Son, I think you fucking lost it. Mama, she asking me, do I know what all this cost it? Working double shifts at Polo for a couple months, just so I could pay for lunch. Now these niggas talk about me like I had a handout. Now my diamonds made me stand out. Hands out. Everybody asking me for shit now. Don't remember when I ain't had shit now. Guess that's just what happens when you do shit now.
Na promoção Elma Chips me faz um Pix, Ruffles te dá 2 vezes mais chances de ganhar prêmios de até $1 milhão de reais.
This video is called She Wanted to Fight in Barnes & Noble. And I'm like, huh? You really want to fight in Barnes & Noble? And you're supposed to, you know what? Let's just do this.
Am I embarrassing you? Yes,
Yes,
you are.
yes,
Now
yes,
lower
you
your
are.
voice.
Now lower your voice.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was embarrassing you. I know I'm not like your girlfriend. I bet she never got loud with you. I don't want to embarrass you in front of all these people. Bro, I wanted to just like cradle her by the back of her head and put it through the bookshelf, my G.
Use headphones.
Yo, hold up. Before we watch this animation, right? I just want to tell all of you who have been supporting my podcast channel as well, thank you, man. We just hit number 12 on the... God damn it, man. Sorry about that. I was a bit of an outburst. I didn't mean to, come across so aggressive. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you thank you for supporting my podcast. We just hit number 12 on the Apple podcast app thing or whatever. We have a TikTok. In 1 week our TikTok is almost at 60,000 followers. All of the podcasts are getting like 10,000 views in the first 2 days. It really means a lot, man. So thank you. And if you haven't checked out the podcast, yo, go check it out. It's very funny. It's very entertaining. So go check it out. Go check on my podcast. Thank you. Go look at and subscribe to my podcast. Who is McDonald's? McDonald's is the school of thought. Everybody's tad that, right? Yeah. She not bad looking. She not great looking. She just like,
she's not good for it. You know why you in it. You like, it suffices.
Okay.
But you might not want to brag about it.
Yeah, nobody brags about smashing McDonald's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel people, intellectuals, So, yeah, the bookstore is hands down my favorite place to go if I just want to pass some time. Surrounded by all that inspiration, wisdom, and knowledge, I always leave the bookstore feeling better than how I felt when I got there. But that's me. Maybe for you it's a different place. Maybe it's the gym, coffee shop, the hardware store. I don't know. I'm just listing other places that I like. Point is, we all got a place like that, I imagine. So, how would you feel if one day you brought someone along with you so that you could share the joy that this place sparks within you with them? But instead of honoring and valuing the sanctity of this holy place, they instead ruined it by acting the fool and embarrassing you in front of everybody. Well, that's exactly what happened to me. And it was thanks to a recurring character on this channel, Little Miss Bianca. You remember Bianca, right? From the I wasn't ready to be a dad video or the night my heart stopped beating? Yeah, her. Well, late one evening, we were chilling together in my room, just vibing, when I decided that I wanted to go to Barnes & Noble. So, of course, I asked her if she wanted to come along. She said yes. So, we head out to my car when I realized I didn't want to take my car. Now, if you recall from the This Girl Was Trouble video, Bianca and I started to fool around shortly after me and my girlfriend broke up. Like, wasn't even a week, bro. And my ex lived pretty close by, and my car was very recognizable. Not because it was cool, mind you, but because it was so old and uncool that it stood out. It was a 1993 barf green Chevrolet Corsica. And my girl grew up around there. People knew me, people knew Bianca. Just wasn't a good look that soon, So I was just gonna tell Bianca not to come, like I had changed my mind halfway to the car. But she happened to ask if I wanted her to drive. So I was like, okay, that works. Her car was more low-key, blended in better. It was a black VW Jetta. So we get in the car and off we went. Now, one thing about Bianca that I've never shared with y'all is that she was a bit of a firecracker, like her personality. She loved to argue like it was sport. Never shied away from challenging people on their opinions and rarely held her tongue if she disagreed with you. And to be honest, it was only within the last couple of years that I myself have outgrown the need to argue with people. Growing up, I loved to debate, especially about bullshit. It was like, the dumber the topic was,
God, that is so true.
that I myself have outgrown the need to argue with people. Growing up, I loved to debate,
Fire hands.
especially about bullshit. It was like,
Subs versus dubs. Like, what's better, sub or dub? Not gonna lie, I'm actually I'm a big fan of both. What do you mean a big fan of both? I meant I actually don't know what I should pick. The thing is, I like sub because because it feels just more badass, and you know what they're saying. But I like dub, so when I'm doing something, I can hear it.
The dumber the topic was, the more
But yeah, I pretty much like it equally. I like sub and dub equally.
passionate the argument would be. Also, around the same time, believe
And also, I'm pretty much the same as Don. I don't like to argue. Like seriously, like if a bully tries to argue with me, I'd be like, go. I'd be like, you bully. I'd be like, you know what? I'm not gonna deal with this. I'm just gonna go walk away. I'm walking away.
it or not, I was vegan. In fact, I was vegan for almost a whole 2 years, from the age of 19 to 21. And although I was never like a vegan activist, because I
Neither.
only did the vegan thing out of thinking that it was a superior diet model, an opinion that I have since changed upon receiving more information and trying different diets. At the time, I wholeheartedly believed that it was the best diet choice. So,
Some people just want people to become vegans just so they don't kill the animals. And I'm like, no, we, first of all, eating some good chicken and pork chops just is delicious, okay? And I would pretty much go, I would pretty much go vegan just so I could lose weight. That's pretty much it.
if someone were to challenge me on that, I had no problem arguing with them for hours if need be. So, we're in the car on the way to Barnes & Noble when Bianca and I get into some kind of a debate about veganism. She wasn't quite saying it was bullshit, but she was definitely like trying to poke holes into it, and I had no time for that. So we're going back and forth, never getting disrespectful or out of hand, but you could definitely see that she was really getting into it. This went on all the way up until we pulled up to the Barnes & Noble. And as much as I love to debate people about how they're wrong and I'm right, we were about to enter a sacred place. Remember, to me, the aisles of a bookstore are holy ground and no place for negative energy. So I tell her, hey, let's pick this back up when we're done here. Yeah, we head inside and start to browse around. So I'm doing my thing, perusing my typical genres. My go-to sections are the self-help section, health, and philosophy. And at first, everything is good. But then we pass by the culinary section, and she sees something about veganism. And I guess that woke up the demons, that need to argue, that itch that never got scratched because there was no resolution to the argument in the car. So then she says something slick, trying to reel me back into the argument. But no, not here, not here. So I brush it off and keep it moving. But does she drop it? Of course not. So she takes another jab, and of course, I don't remember exactly what she said, but whatever it was, rubbed me the wrong way. So I'm like, yo, chill. And I guess she didn't like that, because then she started to get a little loud. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I upset you? Hey, lower your voice. Oh, what? Am I embarrassing you? Yes, you are. Now lower your voice. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was embarrassing you. I know I'm not like your girlfriend. I bet she never got loud with you. I don't want to embarrass you in front of all these people.
Well, damn.
Bro, I wanted to just like cradle her by the back of her head and put it through the bookshelf, my G. Of course, I didn't, and I would never put my hands on a woman. But boy, oh boy, was she asking for it. So I just leave. I walk away, and as far as I was concerned, she was dead to me. I had never been disrespected like that by a woman I was romantically involved with. So I walk away and left her. I was pissed. Not only did I feel disrespected by the way she raised her voice like that in a public place, but on top of that, we were in a Barnes and Noble. She desecrated a place of sanctity. So I walk outside, and then I realize I didn't drive. Great. So there I am, trying to figure out what the next move is, when my phone starts to ring. It's Bianca. Of course, I don't answer. She calls again. Again, I send her the voicemail. Then I get a text. Hey, where are you? Sorry. Can we go home? So what do? Did I swallow my pride and try to smooth things over so I could get a ride back home? Of course not. I text her back, don't worry about it. I'll get a ride home. She replies, come on, Don, let's just go home. I'm not gonna leave without you. I don't reply. Instead, I call my boy Quinn, who we all lived in the same house. Long story. Watch that This Girl Was Trouble video that I mentioned earlier if you want more backstory. I called Quinn, I gave him the rundown, and I told him that I needed a ride. He said he was in the middle of something and that he was going to be free in like 30 minutes. So I'm like, okay, works for me. Because ain't no way I was getting back in that black Jetta. But then another 15, 20 minutes pass, and I get another text from Bianca saying, I'm not leaving without you. I'm sorry. I'm a dum-dum. You're the greatest. The details are fuzzy. You know, it was so long ago, but I'm sure it went something like that. Whatever she said, it sounded remorseful and genuine. And also, I didn't want to wait on Quinn. So I told her where I was, and she came over, and you know, she gave her a little apology, and then we went home. And during the car ride, we had a conversation about boundaries. And you know what? We never had another argument or debate for the rest of the time we spent together. Moral of the story, women ruin everything, so don't take them to your favorite places. Kidding. I'm just kidding, obviously. Just don't argue with them, because it's never worth it. That's a real moral. Alright.
Sorry, mama, I know I don't call enough. I've been losing track of time because I'm trying to run it up. I've been fighting every night.
Okay.
So fast forward maybe 5 minutes, and now I'm in a different hospital bed, and I'm surrounded by like 7 doctors. The main doctor comes up beside me, and he starts to break it down. So Mr. Hines, as you now know, we've diagnosed you with... Hey, listen, it's over. Do you get that? We're not going back. What, do you think we're gonna go back to how it was before it hit?
Yeah.
Nah, guys.
No.
Online school? You better get used to that. Oh, what's that you say? You don't like wearing masks at the grocery store? Sounds like a you problem. Oh.
Okay, not gonna lie, I've actually liked doing online school because I just get to stay home all the time. Yeah. Also, when I first wore masks, I didn't like it, but I'm okay with it now.
All I'm trying to say, just like how you had to get used to taking off your shoes at the airport after 9/11, you better get used to watching a lot of YouTube. And eventually, you're gonna need more stuff to watch, right? And that's why today, I want to introduce you to Fam Jam Animation. One of the most quality animation channels. 4 years ago, right from the This Girl Was Trouble and I Wasn't Ready to Be a Dad videos, well, this happened during that little fiasco. So you might want to go watch those videos if you want to get the full context. So one night, I snuck Bianca into my room, as I had done a few times, so that we could get it cooking in the kitchen. You feel me? And I was in my bag that night, okay? So I'm in the kitchen chefing like a young Gordon Ramsay, and then we come to the end of round 1. So now it's halftime, right? Which means it's time to get some refreshments, right? Gotta restore the electrolytes, gotta get some fruit snacks in me, get some water, replenish, refuel, recharge, Gatorade. So I sneak out of my room, and it's around midnight, so everybody else in the house is in bed, and I walk to the kitchen to get Bianca and I some water. And the kitchen was at most 50 feet from the bedroom, right? Literally 2 hops and a skip away. Yet, in the short amount of time it took me to walk to the kitchen, by the time I got to the fridge, I was completely out of breath. So I'm thinking to myself, damn, I must have really been killing it. How is Shorty not on life support right now, my G? Because I've never been that tired after 1 round, you feel me? So I get the water, I walk back to the room, and now I'm breathing heavy, like I just climbed a mountain or something, right? It was clear that something was off. So I sit on the bed beside Bianca, and she could see the concern on my face. And she's like, are you good? So I'm like, I don't know. I feel out of breath, and my chest feels weird. So I take a deep breath, I place my hand above my heart, and I listen. And I'm no doctor, but my gut was telling me that something wasn't right. So I turned to Bianca, who had just been sitting there in silence, and I asked her to listen to my heart and see if it sounded weird, thinking that maybe I'm tripping. She puts her head up against my chest and listens intently. After about 10 seconds, she pulls her head back and her eyes were bugging. She looks at me and is like, I don't know, Don. That doesn't sound good. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just sleep it off. Hope one round's good for tonight, yeah? Because I didn't think shit was that serious. Bianca, on the other hand, didn't agree. She thought I should go wake up Quinn's mom. She's like, I'm gonna go to my room so we don't get caught. As soon as I'm there, go and wake Quinn's mom. So she leaves my room, I hear the door close, and then just to be safe, I was like, all right, can't hurt. Now, if you're new to the channel, you really should watch these videos if you want an in-depth backstory of who all these people are. But in summary, Quinn was one of my best friends while I was in college. His mom had an extra room available because his little sister went to college in Boston. So she rented it to me pretty much for free, and I lived there for almost 3 years. Bianca was a friend of their family, and she moved in for a few months before taking off to the military. And while she was there, we took a liking to each other. Last thing you should know, Quinn's mom, who I fondly called Mama Bear because of
Mama Bear?
how protective she is over her kids. I mean, while I was living there, she was a gun-owning single mother with a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Meaning, she could fuck you up if she needed to. Much like a real mother bear. Thus the name, Mama Bear. And Mama Bear just so happened to be a very experienced nurse practitioner, which is why Bianca wanted me to wake her up so she could listen to my heart. So I walk over to Mama Bear's room, I knock on the door, crack it open, and I'm like, hey, Mama Bear, could you come listen to my heart? I think something might be wrong. And by this point, she's already in her mind adopted me as one of her cubs.
This animation. Apparently in Mama Bear, she looks cute. I'm not gonna say this, but she looks cute.
Like I was the big brown grizzly bear she never had. So she goes straight into mom mode, right? She hops out of bed, grabs her stethoscope, sits me down, and listens to my heart. So she's doing the whole nurse thing, right? Moving it around, and the whole time, I'm just waiting for her to tell me that I was tripping. After about maybe 20, 30 seconds, she looks at me with love and concern and very calmly says to me, okay, so honey, I don't want you to panic, but we have to take you to the emergency room. Okay? So, of course, I instantly start to panic because why the fuck do we need to go to the emergency room? What's wrong with me? Also, hate hospitals, right? I mean, it's a terrible place. You go because of disease. If you leave in debt. And if you don't, it's because you died. So I'm like, are you sure it's that bad? She's like, don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. But if we don't go now, this could get very serious very quickly. So I get dressed and we head to the hospital. We pull up and she drops me off at the entrance so that she could go find parking. And before I go inside, she tells me to say a very specific sentence to the nurse at the sign-in desk. I can't remember exactly what it was now, but whatever it was, worked. Because if you've ever been to an ER, you know that you're waiting at least an hour before anyone even takes your temperature. 5 minutes. After I told that nurse what Mama Bear told me to tell her, it didn't even take 5 minutes for them to call my name. So this was clearly very serious, right? So they bring me into a room, they hook me up to an EKG, and they're tracking my heart rate. And up until this point, no one has told me what's going on. Not even Mama Bear, right? I just know something's wrong with my heart. So Mama Bear walks into the room, and I see her look at the EKG monitor, at which point, her face just gets, like, serious. I look at the nurse that's attending to me, and she's looking serious too. So I'm like, hey, what's going on? The nurse turns to me and is like, Mr. Hines, everything's gonna be okay. Okay, the doctors will be with you shortly. I'm like,
oh, no.
Doctors? As in, like, plural? Why we need more than one? I just got one heart, right? That's like one heart, one doctor. What's going on? The nurse leaves, and then Mama Bear, who could see that I was stressing, turns to me and is like, okay, so it looks like you have AFib, which is what I suspected. So I'm like, what's AFib? AFib, or atrial fibrillation, is an irregular and often rapid heart rate that occurs when the two upper chambers of your heart experiences chaotic electrical signals. Much like a good hip-hop trap beat, a healthy heart rate is consistent and rhythmic, kind of like the beat I'm playing right now. That's nice, right? It's good rhythm. A heart with AFib, on the other hand, is better represented by a beat that sounds like this. It's irregular, it's fast, it's chaotic. So fast forward maybe 5 minutes and now I'm in a different hospital bed and I'm surrounded by like 7 doctors. The main doctor comes up beside me and he starts to break it down. So Mr. Hines, as you now know, we've diagnosed you with acute atrial fibrillation. And this is very strange because you're clearly a young and healthy male with no history of heart conditions. To be frank with you, Mr. Hines, this condition pretty much only occurs in older people, as well as people with defective hearts. So we're not sure why this happened, but we will stop it. So first, I'm gonna ask you to take a big breath in. I want you to hold it and bear down on your bowels as if you're trying to take a shit. I swear to God, that's what he said. So
Well done.
that's what I did. He gave me a minute, checked my heart rate, and okay. So now we're going to try something a little more serious. We're going to attempt some chemical cardioversion. I'm going to inject you with this medicine and that will hopefully take you out of the AFib. I say okay, he sticks me with the needle, wait a couple more minutes, he checks my heart rate, no dice. So now he's like, well, Mr. Hines, unfortunately it's come to our last option. We're going to have to attempt electrical cardioversion. So I'm like, what's that? He then says, we're gonna attempt to shock your heart back in rhythm. We use a machine to generate a low voltage, which will briefly stop your heart and restart it. Think of it like hitting the restart button on your computer when it starts to lag. So I'm like, you mean like the clear thing?
Charge it now. Clear!
He's like, yeah, the clear thing. So now I'm scared, right? So I'm like, Doc, come on, man. There are no other options? He's like, yeah, but we did them already. Remember? So I'm like, oh. Well, what if we just don't do it then? Well, seeing that your heart rate hasn't dropped under 100 BPM since you've been here, and this has been persistent for what now? About an hour, with no signs of slowing down. Also taking into account that previous attempts of cardioversion failed, my best estimation is that a blood clot will eventually form in one of the upper chambers of your heart, which will eventually escape and make its way to your brain, at which point you will suffer a stroke. Best case scenario, you will have partial paralysis of your body and face. Worst case scenario is death.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do? So how exactly does this shit? What part goes on my chest? Yo, shock me, nigga, shock me. So they apply the patches to my chest, they hook me up to the machine, and then they hit me with some anesthesia. They told me I wasn't gonna feel anything, and that I should count to 10. So I start counting, and by the time I get to 8, I was waking up to a very happy mama bear. I turn to her, and I'm like, so are they gonna do it? And she's like, oh, honey, they already did it. I'm like, no way. She's like, yup, and your heart's back in rhythm. They released me that night, and it hasn't happened ever since. Doctors don't think it will ever happen again. A freak incident is what they call it. Wanna know what I call it? A1 box. Shit was so good, I almost put me in a box, nigga. God damn.
But I tell you what it feels like on the way up. Niggas that change all of my old bitches hate us. They can't replace us.
Time.
Meu amigo disse que, se eu escapar dessa caixa, posso conseguir o grande preço. Eu tenho que encontrar o botão de escape.
So I look up and I see the nurse holding the catheter, and after getting one glance of it, my only thought is, how in the heck is that fitting into my glizzy?
Subtract my glizzy.
20 guys watching this video. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. This took place when I was around 14. Now I'm gonna spare you guys some
This almost lost my wang. Is about the time I was and had. Fortunately for me, I was gonna wear that everyone was a glizzy gobbler when I make a video about it. I have a question. How do they? The thing is, I watched this video like 2 times and I still don't understand what he meant. Like, I guess what he meant by this video was I thought she it's called she tried to take it. What? She tried to do things.
details, but in this particular story, I'll admit it. I injured my glizzy, okay? I injured my glizzy. Laugh it up. And because of this injury, I needed to get a surgery that would require me to wear a catheter afterwards. And a catheter is basically this tube with a bag that they stick through your, and into your bladder, and then they inflate a balloon to keep it in place. This is so you don't need to push and strain to pee. It just kind of drains directly from your bladder. Oh, that made some of you cringe?
Yes.
Good, because needless to say, 14-year-old me.
Wait a minute. Then how do you go to school with that thing stick to?
Was 98% not looking forward to having a tube. The other 2% was considering not showing up. Like not going to the hospital, ignoring the injury and letting it get worse. If it falls off, it falls off. I don't really need my glizzy to survive. But I stopped and thought about all the good times we've had.
What? Get this man out of here.
Fine, I'll get the surgery. I hype myself up and head to the doctor. They give me a wristband thing. I get put on a stretcher. They give me a few shots.
Face, he looks so pissed.
I had hyped myself up earlier, so I didn't even flinch. I'm built different.
That's cap.
Wait, no, stop! Well, apparently the catheter tube was built different too, bro, because I look up and I see the nurse holding the catheter, and after getting one glance of it, my only thought is, how in the heck is that fitting into my glizzy? This was not a regular item.
Does it? Okay, I have a question. Is it like around it, or does it actually have to go inside it? No, like go inside the. I can't even do that.
YouTube. This was dang near a PVC pipe, bro. It was thick, barely flexible, textured, thick. I look down to my glizzy and I'm like, well, this is where we part ways. Like, I'm not leaving this room with you attached to my body. That tube is monstrous. I immediately regret my decision to show up, but I'm in too deep. I couldn't leave. They gave me a wristband thing. That's pretty official if you ask me. So the nurse lady...
If it's around it, that's good. But if it's literally inside it, that's gotta freaking hurt like a bitch.
Me down, and right as she's putting the sleeping gas mask thing on my face, I'm glancing at the tube and back at her and panicking internally. And I think my nurse can sense my worry because she says in a calm voice, "Oh, don't worry, sir. It'll be okay." And she just seemed so reassuring and genuine, so I believed her. She put on the mask and I begin to calmly fall asleep.
Okay.
Until I see like 7 doctors enter the room and then I see her leave. I shouldn't have believed her. They start crowding me and begin grabbing tools? This is a very minor surgery. Why does it look like they're about to build a bed frame? Some of these tools looked borderline medieval. I'm looking around like that thing looks electric. Why does a tool that big need to be used? Is that guy holding scissors? What the heck is going on right now? But before I panic, the gas knocks me out. I wake up several hours later at home and the catheter is in. Nothing crazy happened. I guess it was weird not peeing for a couple of weeks, but that was it, really. Thanks for watching. Sky, you can't say nothing to me because I'm living my life. And that's in a movie. Psych! The real story starts when I get the catheter removed. A couple weeks pass and I make a full recovery and it gets time for me to go to the doctor. I go to the hospital and instantly I know something is not okay because instead of the nice soft-voiced doctor I had earlier, I'm greeted by this swole, deep-voiced doctor. He sits me down and explains how he's going to remove the catheter. Basically, he has to deflate the balloon that's inside of my body and pull the tube out. He deflates the balloon.
Wait, so you're telling me it actually goes inside your body? Ugh, that's disgusting.
Success. He then goes to pull out the tube, but he tells me I need to be calm because if I tense up...
Like the video, it helps me a lot. I already like the video because I don't want to feel your pain.
It will hurt. I let him know I understand. I take a deep breath, and he pulls.
You're telling me it's actually inside your wang. Like, that is got to be the most painful thing in the entire world. And it actually goes body. Oh, so you're telling me it's called She Tried to Take It? You're telling me, like, almost fell off?
Instantly, I feel the sharpest pain I have ever felt in my glizzy. It takes me aback, so I tense up while he's pulling. And the pain gets twice as worse. Twice as worse. Nice. Good grammar, Johannes. This was such a unique type of pain. It felt like a gunshot. If the bullet... Twice as worse. Twice as worse. Nice. Good grammar, Johannes. This was such a unique type of pain. It felt like a gunshot.
How did it feel like a gunshot? Have you ever? Did you get shot by a? You got shot by a gun before this ever happened?
If the bullet was 1 foot long and getting yeeted out of your penis. He stops pulling and tells me to chill. I apologize and look down to see how much we have left. He hasn't even pulled out an inch yet. Like, I still have a whole foot left to go. Giannis, I need you to calm down. You're only making it worse. Okay. I'm sorry. Calm. Oh.
Okay.
I'm calm now. Go. Wait. Okay. Are you ready?
Oh, shut up.
All right, I'm ready. Okay, I'm pulling now. Ooh! All right, stop. All right, I'm ready. Okay, I'm pulling now. Ooh! All right, stop. He tries like 4 or 5 more times, and I can tell he's getting annoyed because he's been pulling a piece of plastic out of my glizzy for like the past 10 minutes. This is probably cutting into his lunch break. I'm positive this guy has better things to do. Okay, Johannes. We are going to slowly pull on the count of 10. Okay. Sounds good. 1 second. No. 9, 8, 7, 6,
5.
This dude yanked the tube at 5. He figured I'd never relax, so he decided to say, screw me, screw my sense of trust, and screw my sense of feeling in my genitals. And
this man's probably screamed so loud that the entire hospital heard it.
Pulled it out with force, okay? It was a long pain.
His leg is probably bleeding.
Not instantly, because it was still 1 foot of tube. I felt every inch of it. Like the pain was long enough as to where my reflexes had time to kick in and tense up near the end. And I also had time to glance at him like, why would you do this? I thought I could trust you. You gave me a wristband thing. So he removed the tube and I, obviously, double over in pain. He gets up and has the audacity to be like, good job. After that, all was well. Until I got home and tried to pee for the first time. Everything
fell off.
I've ever done, I had to do it on my own. That's why I don't get pressed when people go, cause I'm cool with being alone. I'm cool with not stepping on my home. I'm cool with never turning on my phone. I know it's dry, but I got a crib in the sky. You can't say nothing to me cause I'm living my life. And that shit a movie, I'm on a sprint to the bag. Nigga, I'm zooming, nigga so lame. They get a lock on the grammar, confused for fame. They so complacent, that I'ma stay in my lane. I do not think I remember how to fall in love. Cause when I get close, I'm so quick to cut it off. That's so I don't get hurt. That's why I can focus on work. That's how I'm keeping my bag. I don't need love, bitch. I need the racks. Complacency is chasing me, but I'm too fast for it to match the speed. The only catch is that I'm lonely. But I'm too high off life to be sad. Every goal I ever set, I reached that. Mood swings go up, down. She knows I'm up now, but I'm giving up now. Happiness will come round.
Anyways, that's it for this video, everyone. I will see you all next time. Bye.